Everybody all right? Yes. All right? Great. I would like to take just a moment of your time at the beginning of this ceremony to extend to each of you a very, very special welcome from the bride and groom. Your presence here at this time is not only an indication of your love for Brenda and Tom, but it is an indication of your participation in their lives. It's a well-known fact that we learn to love as a result of how we have been loved. Your presence here this afternoon indicates your love for Brenda and Tom, your love for each of them, both individually and as a couple, has enhanced their love for one another. And that makes each of you more than just an observer. It makes each of you a participant in the love that they share and the vows that they will be exchanging. In that light, I extend to each of you a very warm welcome to this wedding ceremony. And now I would like to share with you what I learned about Brenda and her family. I asked Brenda to please give me some information because we know a lot about Tom and we didn't know too much about Brenda. And so she very kindly gave me some things that I think you'd be interested in knowing. First of all, Brenda's a native of California. And she's lived in San Diego since she was 15 years of age. She graduated with a biology degree and worked in the pharmaceutical industry for the past 20 years. Brenda has two sisters, Audrey and Angela, and a brother, Christopher. Now, Audrey and Angela and their mother live within a block of each other in San Diego, and only within a few miles of Brenda. Brenda's brother, Christopher, a U.S. Marine, moved to Los Angeles when he graduated from the Los Angeles Police Academy. Their family from their very tight form and has wonderful parents, Beverly and Eddie. Andrea. Andrade. Beverly, Brenda's mother is, you might say, the matriarch of the family. She's devoted her whole life providing for her children and her 5 grandchildren. She always puts her children and family needs ahead of her own. And of course, she's adored by her family.
8 is 9.
Now, Brenda's father, Eddie, and also Tom's father, Larry, or Clarence, are not here in body, but they are here in spirit. And they are so happy and joyful that they are going to commit themselves to the vows of marriage. Now, Brenda's father loved Tom, and because I guess Tom and he had a lot of conversations together, and he loved the enthusiasm that Tom has in sports. Tom took Brenda, Dad, to the first World Baseball Classic game in San Diego and to the Chargers playoff game. So Brenda thought very highly, of course, of Tom. And I was told that Eddie would be proud that Brenda and Tom are taking the vows of matrimony. Also, Brenda and her siblings are thrilled that her mother has recently remarried to a very wonderful man, and his name is Jack. So, Jack apparently is not here today because something came up, and unfortunately, surgical times. So, we do want to thank him for putting this all back into Beverly's life, and so is her children. So happy for that. Now, Brenda has 3 wonderful children, 18-year-old twins, Matthew and Allie and Jacob, and who will be actually 17 on the 27th of this month. And Brenda's children play a very dominant role in her life. They have grown to be intelligent, kind, and of course, talented young adults. And they have never ending source of pride to Brenda. Tom has been involved in Brenda's children's lives as well for the past 11 years. Isn't that true?
Angry Birds.
Tom is forever encouraging and supportive of the children's interests. The boys' high school face football games and wrestling matches, Allie's many interests in the past. And Tom was there for their Holy Communion, their birthday, the soccer games, the Catholic, the school events, many sports events. Now Brenda's children welcome Tom into their family and is very happy for their mother. Now about Tom, I think we all know Tom, but I found out some things that I didn't know before. So a little bit about him. He had the eldest of 6 children, Clarence and Phyllis Lafarelli. Tom's father was born in Trinidad, Colorado. And he was a true hero in my eyes. He was in the Second World War. He flew, well, they first said they were going to fly only 27 missions. Then they increased it to 30. Then it ended up being 33 missions from England over to Germany. He's a real hero. Many of those return trips were on a wing and a prayer in the B-17 Flying Fortress.
Angry.
Also, Clarence was my right-hand person. When I was attending college, he was in law school. My term papers, I would write them and he would type them out. Now this is before any electric typewriters. This is a manual typewriter, and I think you could type around 95 to 100 words a minute. So he was really my right-hand person. He met Phyllis in Los Angeles after World War II, and Tom has 4 brothers and 1 sister, poor Diane. John, Diane, Frank, Chris, and Dan, in that order. And Tom's siblings are an intricate part of Tom's life, and he's very proud of each of them. Tom's parents and grandparents had a huge impact on his life. They created an atmosphere of La Familia, and that was the most important thing that they shared. Tom went to Notre Dame High School, my alma mater as well. I was in the first graduating class. And today, many of his lifelong friends are here that he met at Notre Dame High School. Tom studied business management at USC, graduated in 1977. Tom also very proud that he played the alto sax for the USC band. Tom earned his MBA at the University of San Diego and his jurisprudence doctorate degree at Thomas Jefferson Law School. Tom has his own process, had his own process serving business, law clerk for firms, was director of marketing at Westlake Studio, worked in his father's law office and his own. His real estate brokerage was an officer, the broker for the VA foreclosure properties. So, now we come to how Tom and Brenda met. Tom was the president of the Catholic Single Organization in Los Angeles. At the suggestion of a mutual friend, Tom and Brenda exchanged emails, and they talked over the phone and on several occasions in the latter part of '05. The first met Brenda in January of '06 in San Diego. They dated, formed a lasting and strong relationship for over 11 years. Brenda and Tom grew closer and closer together. Now, Tom had told me that Brenda is an amazing woman. Brenda possesses a kind heart, a thirst for life, and a deep love of family and loving and caring spirit. Tom has never met a woman who is as good and talented many things as Brenda. Brenda is a wonderful mother and of the 3 great-grandchildren. Actually, the twins are adults now. And Brenda knows how to keep a house orderly and clean, which is Tom's not his best forte. I know firsthand that she is an excellent biscotti baker. They were terrific. She made some for me, and I have never tasted such a delicious biscotti. Tom is proud of his Italian heritage, his intelligence, and his love for family. He has never met anyone that possesses and has the knowledge of so many subjects. Now, there was an instant chemistry, you might say, between Brenda and the very attraction to Tom. She admired his charisma, passion for music, politics, sports, and people. She appreciated his love and devotion of his family. Now we come to the proposal. This was really quite different. In February of 2016, Brenda and Tom were eating a very nice meal at Central Forte. Is that the name of the restaurant? Forte, which was within walking distance of Brenda's home. And so after dinner, they had a stroll down the street at Broadway. He came across the Blumenthal jewelry shop. So Brenda was admiring an estate ring, and the jeweler asked if she wanted to try one on. And of course, Tom had to encourage her. Tom proceeded to kneel down, I knew, in the middle of the jewelry store, and somehow theatrically asked Brenda, "Will you marry me? Or do you are just interested in looking at more jewelry?" Brenda thought that Tom was kidding. Tom had to convince Brenda that he was serious. He wasn't kidding. And Guy Blumenthal, the owner of the jewelry, was witness to these encounters. Brenda and Tom now return to say hello to Guy, the owner of the jewelry store, on occasion. And now we're here today for the more serious part of the marriage ceremony. Brenda and Tom, the contract of marriage embodies the ultimate commitment to a loving, permanent relationship between 2 people, and as such is not to be entered into lightly, but with a deep realization of its obligations and responsibilities. As the embodiment of the ultimate loving commitment, marriage requires profound dedication and energy. It is in turn the most abundant rewarding of all relationships. The marriage relationship is a loving bond between 2 people. It must be regarded as such and cared for accordingly. It requires continuous recognition of the separate identities and needs of both individuals who comprise the relationship. It requires caring feelings and the consideration for the feelings of one another. It requires that the partners allow each other to be themselves. It requires acceptance of the total person, realizing each of us has negative aspects as well as positive aspects. But the reward of a living marriage is unconditional love, in regard and a place of safety where each partner can make himself or herself vulnerable, and where defenses are not needed and barriers are down. And while the absence of pain is not guaranteed, share intimacy,
Jeffrey, where are you going?
Intimacy,
Where's he going?
love, and growth, and facilitates the living marriage. Brenda and Tom, be sensitive to one another, and never assume or take for granted the feelings of the other. Do not overpower or be absorbed by the other. Be separate, but be together. Care deeply. Pay attention to the delicate living relationship created by marriage. Always remain conscious of its delicate nature in order to ensure its strength, and these are some of the vital covenants within marriage. Now, Tom, do you take Brenda to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
Do you promise to love and comfort her, to honor her and keep her in sickness and in health and prosperity and adversity, and forsaking all others, be faithful to her so long as you both shall live?
I do.
And Brenda, do you take Tom to be your lawful wedded husband? Do you promise to love and comfort him, to honor him and keep him in sickness and in health, in prosperity and in adversity, and forsaking all others, be faithful to him so long as you both shall live? Tom, repeat after me. I, Tom,
I, Tom,
take thee, Brenda,
take thee, Brenda,
to be my lawful wedded wife,
to be my lawful wedded wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish
to love and to share,
until death does us part.
unto death do us.
And Brenda, repeat after me. I, Brenda,
I, Brenda,
take thee, Tom,
take thee, Tom,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
From this day forward,
From this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness or in health,
to love and to cherish
to love and to cherish,
until death does us part.
until death do us part.
Now, Brenda and Tom, it has been said that the early Egyptians can be credited with the customary wedding band. They believed that a circle was a symbol of eternity, a sign that life, happiness, and love have no beginning and no end. So in that spirit, if you will look at your rings, and we'll have that exchange. Come forward.
We have the niece, beautiful Christina, Brenda, bringing up one ring, and the good-looking Hayden, my brother Chris and Beatrice's son.
So, Tom, if you will please place and hold the ring on the ring finger of Brenda's left hand. And repeat after me to her. With this ring,
Mommy.
I give you as a symbol,
I give you as a symbol
pledge, and my constant faith and abiding love.
and pledge
No
my
thanks.
constant faith and abiding love.
With this ring, I be wed.
With this ring, I do wed.
So, Brenda, if you'll place and hold the ring on the ring finger of Tom's left hand, and repeat after me to him. This ring I give thee
This ring I give thee
as a symbol and pledge
as a symbol and pledge
of my constant faith
of my constant faith
in abiding love.
and abiding love.
With this ring I be wed.
With this ring I thee wed.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the matrimony relationship exists in relation to society. And of course, all of us need our loved ones, friends, community in order to create a marriage. And therefore, you who have witnessed this celebration are asked to join in it. You also have your vows, and your answer is, we will. The question is, Brenda and Tom, family and dear friends, will you, who witness these vows, do all you in your power to uphold and support this marriage?
I will.
According to the law of the state of California and the authority vested in me as a judge of this state, and I'll pronounce you husband and wife. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present for the very first time Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Roccarelli.
Don't like the noise.
Yeah, we want to do a quick candle lighting ceremony here. The two mothers of the wedded couple will light their candles and the, oh, you don't have to stand up, and the best man and the patron of honor. Light their candles.
No, they invited me to something else. So just go up there without.
My hands are free. Hey.
How are you? I went and asked before they went to
Thank you, yeah, we're going to be eating in about 10 minutes, but I'd like to make a couple of comments. Thank you so much for coming. It's my pleasure to entertain you today with a beautiful meal. I think you're going to like it very, very much. Some great entertainers, Steve Waddington, the best in the business, and a lovely man behind him in the other room. We'll be playing until 3:40. I wanted to thank a few people that came from quite a few places to be here.
Mayo.
First of all, I want to thank
Mayo.
Bruce for such a great job. It's a pleasure. And a privilege to have him do the ceremony because, like I said, my grandmother and his father were like this. They went across the ocean 6-7 times together, and they always lived a couple blocks from each other. So I grew up with them. It's a really honor. Also coming in from the Bay Area, my roommate from 41 years ago, Jay Musante and his wife Judy, came down to see it. From Arroyo Grande, my classmate in Notre Dame High School honors class, who I always tried to keep up with, because he was very sharp. Dr. Edward Dillon-Artis and his wife, Dr. Alice. Also, I haven't seen it, but I think he's here, Angelo Vidalis. There he is. Angelo, good to see you. Angelo, one of my old friends from a long, long, long time ago, and a USC, a fraternity brother, and a USC grad, myself. And in a little tribute to his great parents who put me up twice at 2 different summers in Greece. I wish they could be here. Marco and Lee, very special people to me. My cousin, first cousin, born exactly 6 days and 6 months and 6 days after me, Michael DePilla. Did a big real estate deal together. Came in from Orange County. He was also a Notre Dame High School graduate, USC, and in my fraternity. Steve Ramirez came down from Ventura today. Inducted into the Notre Dame Hall of Fame. A good friend again from Notre Dame High School. There's a big table of guys from Notre Dame High School. We had
Mike Spano.
we had
Mike Spano.
Oh yes, also from the Bay Area, the world champion Golden State Warriors, my good friend, and the only guy here that's gone to a World Series game with me, a Super Bowl game with me, an Olympic game with me, and a World Cup soccer game with me. And they came in from Ben Lomond, the San Francisco area, Mike Spano and his beautiful wife, Margie. cards and letters that came in from Colorado, Pittsburgh, Toronto. People couldn't make it. I'll talk to the rest of you later, but I wanted to just mention some people.
Zachary.
This really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And in the words of my good friend John Albee, who at his wedding, right about this moment said, quoting Magic Johnson, I get a like it. Let's party.